Hi guys, welcome to my channel. I am Shivani and today I'm going to make a second video on scholarship. So if you're new to my channel, please subscribe to my channel and go and watch the first video I made. So today's video is all about covering your questions that you send on Instagram, and I thought of making a new video on it. So without any further ado, let's get into the video. So in today's video we are having a guest which is अपने आप बुलाए हुआ guest. No, I'm just joking. So a lot of you guys asked me about university track, so I didn't apply through university track, so he is here to answer all your questions about university track. So yeah, hand it over to him. Speak.
Hi everyone. So I apply via university track. So I think the application and the application documents, everything is pretty much similar for both university and embassy track. I think there is no difference in the application and the supporting documents and all. The only difference is like that you have to directly send the documents to your preferred university. And one more thing is like if you are applying via embassy track, you got to choose 3 universities, but in university track you're supposed to choose only one university. So be careful while choosing the universities. And once you're done with the applications, you have to send the documents to the university. So every universities will have their own deadline to send the documents. So those days you can get it from the application notification. So once the NID publish the application notification, you just check for your university deadline. And for sending the documents, you can use any international courier services in India. So personally, I use DHL because it was safer and it was faster and convenient for me, and it doesn't cost much. Like I spent around 1,500 something to send the documents from Bengaluru to Incheon. And once the application reached at the university, they supposed to send a acknowledgement to your personal email. If you did not get any acknowledgement, you can contact the person who is in charge for this, handling this application and all. So they will definitely get back to you. And post that, after your application evaluation or screening process, if the major or the department wish to do an interview, they will let you know the date and time to take the interview. And once the interview is done and you have cleared the interview, they will send you that you are selected for the KGSP scholarship round 1, and your application will send to NID. And from there, I guess from embassy track students and the university track students, they will travel along.
Okay, so for embassy track you have to prepare one application form and the 3 Xerox copy of it, because you are applying to 3 different universities through embassy track. So वो तीनों Xerox copy जो होगा वो एक envelope में जाएगा और आपको एक envelope में send करना है. You have to send to MHRD, right?
Yes, it's
We have to send why I'm asking to you. So we have to send to MHRD because MHRD is going to select the students, because a lot of applications come, and then when MHRD selects the student, they will send your documents to embassy. Then embassy will mail you that you are having an interview. So the basic questions for interview are that why you are choosing this major, why are you choosing these 3 universities, and why you want to study in Korea. So the interview was around 5 to 10 minutes and it was on Zoom, so no need to worry about that. So and while sending the documents, you have to keep that in mind. If you're sending your original documents, if you're sending the grade sheets, your mark sheets of your university, then you have to notarize that. Okay, any document you're sending, then you have to either notarize that or apostille that.
The thing is which are all documents that need the notarization, because in my case I have sent a lot of additional certifications from different universities and all. Those documents I did not notarize because the notarization is pretty expensive. So I didn't do that for those documents. But your transcripts and your original degree certificate, so you have to get the copies of that one. Those things definitely you should get it notarized. And apart from that, I don't think any of the documents that you have to notarize, because these are the the important documents in the application. And as she said, one more thing, like why in MHRD is conducting the first round evaluations, because in India, as you know, there are a lot of students applying for this scholarship, unless like other countries, because in other countries they will directly, the embassy, Korean embassy in that country will handle the documents directly, but in India that's not gonna happen, so you have to go
because
through.
there are number of applications, a lot.
Yeah.
So every year the seats are different. So in our time, there were 22 seats for through embassy track, and through university track there were 30 or 35.
30, it was 30.
It was 30 for university track and 22 through embassy track, and last year it was only 6 through embassy track, and for university track we
8.
do 8
So
8 for so you can see the difference. You can, if you want to apply through university track, you can apply for only one university, apply to only one university, but you have chances because the seats are more. But through embassy track you can apply to 3 universities, but the seats are less as compared to university track. So the second most asked question was कि अगर हमारा grades marksheet आया नहीं और हम graduation कर चुके, तो हम क्या, कौन सा अपना documents डालेंगे? तो you have to just send all your last semester grade sheets along with a bona fide written from your university that you have graduated and the result is awaited, so that will work. Okay, so the third question was कि marks अगर हमारा percentage में रहता है तो हम कैसे change करेंगे? तो you have a lot of changing scales, changing formulas on Google. You can see that and you can change your grades and then upload it on your application form. एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म, ये भी क्वेश्चन आया था कि एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म को डाउनलोड कर टाइप करना है या फिर उसको जेरोक्स निकाल के लिखना है. तो आपको जो मन है वो कर सकते हैं आप. तो
It's your choice.
it's your choice. So
You
you
type
can
it
do
or-
anything you want.
But I would suggest please type it. Don't write it down in pen, because it's like very neat. I think so. If you type it, that's better.
हाँ, इट्स बेटर टू टाइप बिकॉज हम निकाल के लिखे थे एंड बहुत मिस्टेक हुआ था, तो बार बार निकालना पड़ा, तो बार बार लिखना पड़ा. तो यू कैन डू दैट. ओके, द थर्ड क्वेश्चन इज कि पासपोर्ट रहना ज़रूरी है या नहीं है. तो पासपोर्ट अगर आपके पास है, क्योंकि आप फॉरेन पढ़ने जा रहे हो, तो अगर पहले आप बना के रख रहे हो तो इट्स वेरी गुड फॉर यू दैट यू आर हैविंग अ पासपोर्ट. बट इफ़ यू डोंट हैव एट द टाइम ऑफ एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म अप्लाइंग फॉर एप्लीकेशन, so you can just give your other identification proof other than Aadhaar card, because Aadhaar card is not valuable outside India. So you can give your driving license or your PAN card, and you have to give identification proof of your parents also. So make sure if you give Aadhaar card, you have to notarize that before attaching that. Okay, and if you have passport, then don't give anything else rather than passport. And make sure if you don't have passport, you should apply passport on the time your application is being processed, because अगर selection हो जाता है और फिर भी आपके पास passport नहीं होता है, तो chances are कि आपका application cancel हो जाएगा.
And guys, apply for passport even
Yeah.
if you are not applying for
Yeah.
scholarship. It's a
So,
mandatory stuff.
बहुत लोगों ने क्वेश्चन किया था कि MHRD या एम्बेसी का एड्रेस है, तो एड्रेस डिस्क्रिप्शन बॉक्स में हम दे देंगे, आप देख सकते हैं उसमें जाके. सो पीपल आस्किंग अबाउट रिकमेंडेशन फॉर्म्स. तो रिकमेंडेशन लेटर का फॉर्मेट होता है, वो आपको एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म में मिल जाएगा. एप्लीकेशन फॉर्म से आपको उसको कट करना है और अपने जो HOD है, क्योंकि एक HOD 2 रिकमेंडेशंस लेना होता है, तो एक HOD से बहुत ज़रूरी है कि इट्स कंपलसरी टू टेक फ्रॉम योर HOD एंड देन यू कैन टेक फ्रॉम एनी प्रोफेसर you want. So you have to just cut that the part of that recommendation letter format and send to your teacher, and they will write whatever they want, or in your case tell them what do you do.
The things doesn't work in the same way like how what happened for
So-
her.
So I was from Jawaharlal Nehru University, so a lot of teachers know about GK scholarship, and a lot of teachers are native Korean. So I got recommendation from native Korean teacher. She was knowing about this, so I didn't have to type the recommendation and send her what she has to write, because she was already knowing. So I just have to send my grades and my resume and everything I had to, and then she gave the recommendation to me, sealed recommendation, and you can't see the recommendation. Okay, you have to just, they will give you and just you have to send it. Now but in his case
Like my professor asked me to write for myself, so I did that. So later they verified, and if they feel like this is not what really about me, they asked me to remove those particular parts. But basically I wrote my own recommendation letter, but that's not a legal thing. What I'm trying to say is like you can do that, but your professor will later verify that what you've written on that recommendation letter, and if you have put a lot many good stuffs which is not true, definitely
Yeah.
they will ask you to take
So
it out.
basically, they need a outlook of what you are applying for.
True.
Because if they are not knowing about GKs, then they will obviously ask for that. So yeah, in some case, in your case also it might happen. So be ready for that. So a lot of you guys asked about the visa cost. So for GK students, visa is free of cost because NIID covers everything in it. Everything in. So you have to, after getting selected, you get a invitation letter. You have to just show that invitation letter to your embassy, and they will just give you a visa after 15 days. It took 15 days for us because it was time of corona, but if you apply after corona or maybe in corona,
Things
then you'll
might change.
things
The
might
same
change.
like when she mentioned about the interview for this scholarship interview also, just because it was COVID time, that's why they had a Zoom interview.
That's the reason we had Zoom interview. Otherwise we would have gone to embassy and gave one-to-one interview.
Face-to-face.
So everything is different. I'm just sharing my experience what we had. So visa, it took 15 days for us, but if you are free from corona, then it might take only 6 days or maybe 4 days for visa coming, and it's for free. Generally it takes 5,500
Yeah.
rupees around this only for visa, but it was free for us.
Chili's people, and it was a horrible story getting a visa.
Okay, so a lot of question was that do we need to take money with us when we go Korea, even though they provide us scholarship and stipend. So yeah, we took money with us because for 1 month at least you need to get your ARC done, जो अभी तक हमारा भी नहीं आया. ARC is Alien Registration Card. उसके बाद ही आपको मतलब तो हमारा तो इस महीने का स्टाइपेंड आ गया. We have got the stipend of this
A bit
month,
late,
but
actually.
it was bit late, but everything is covered. So अगर आप आते हैं तो आपको अपने साथ कुछ पैसा लाना पड़ता है. So this is the thing you need to think after getting selected. So first thing is that you have to get selected and work for it. So people asking me about SOP. So we can't tell you about how to write SOP. But if you are new to my channel, please go and see the previous video because I explain what to write in SOP. But I can't say that
Exactly what she wrote.
what I wrote because it's different for everyone. So yeah,
Yeah.
you go and see and take some ideas from that.
Because the
And
thing
be
is like,
precise. The thing is, the rule is be precise and cohesive
Cohesive.
while writing the SOP. Yeah.
And since she applied to embassy track, the same essay gonna go to all the three universities. So you should have that thing in your mind because you should not very specific to a single university because the other two university gonna reject you.
So the only trick is don't mention that if I get selected in Seoul National University, then I'll do this and that, because if you're applying through embassy track, you're not only applying to Seoul National University but to different universities also, and the on the same application will go to everyone. So don't mention the name, but just write I want to apply to this university like this and blah 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 blah.
But in my case, what I did, I specifically take out my university name, and even my study plan was tailored. My study plan was tailored according to my major and my curriculum. So I was keep telling my university name, why I want to go to that university and why I want to study all these subjects from that university and all. So this is a kind of common a common sense, like you should not mention in embassy track about the university, but in university track you have to tell about why that university, because you have to convince that university
Yeah.
to take you.
So guys, this was it for today's video. I hope this was useful, helpful for you guys, and if it was, then please give this video a thumbs up and please subscribe to my channel. Comment down below if you enjoyed it and you got some information out of it, and if I didn't cover any of your question, please text me again. I will just answer it. And please, if I don't answer everyone, please don't be upset because it's very hard for me to answer everyone because I have classes Monday to Friday from 9 to 4 and they kill us, and with lot of homework, lot of assignments. So yeah, if you want to come through this scholarship, you have to be ready for this rigorous study. So yeah, till then, bye bye, take care, and hope we'll be soon back with our next video. Till then, bye.